Hi guys, it's your girl Jackie O, and of course my BlackBerry would go off. I'm pretty excited to do this video because as you can see, there's something different. One of these things is not like the other. I have never received anything this cool in my life, and I want to say thank you to Maybelinne Couture for sending me these fabulous earrings. Ashley and Marcy from Maybelinne Couture. I'm going to be including the information on where you can purchase these really awesome earrings, and I pretty much did a look that would go with that. I mean, the look is pretty much centered around the earrings, so I hope that you guys like it. I know that when I first saw these, I was like, I really was impressed because, I mean, feathers are hot, but it's really hard to get really creative, and they just really blew me away. They come down to my chest, they're really long, they're really creative, they're really funky, something that you could wear to a club. Definitely not everyday wearable, but if you want to be the hottest chick in the club, the most unique chick in the club, you definitely need to check out their website. This is the first pair of earrings they sent me. I'm going to show you another pair of earrings that they sent me in a completely separate video, but anyway, so this is the look that is centered around these earrings. I hope that you guys like it, and I hope you guys like the tutorial. All the information on where you can purchase these is going to be down below, and their website and all that. As far as the look goes, please bear with me. There's a lot of colors. It's mostly Sugarpill stuff. There's a lot of colors, but for those of you guys that have maybe like a multicolor palette with like everything in the rainbow, it probably really help you out a lot. I don't expect you guys to have every single color that I'm using, obviously, but I did kind of follow along each product, and I didn't name specific duplicates for each color that I use, but I did kind of like use broader terms like a matte green or a shimmery purple to so that you can kind of switch them out accordingly if you don't necessarily have the colors that I'm working with. So I hope that that makes that easier for everyone, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Let's roll into the tutorial. I've already talked enough as it is. Bye, y'all. Start off with a completely clean eye. I started off by priming it with a concealer. I used Studio Finish Concealer in NW45. For our base, I'm going to be using NYX's Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean, or any black base of choice that you have. You're going to want to use something that's creamy. And a little bit of the stuff goes a long way, so I'm just going to take a little bit starting from inner to outer corner. I'm gonna make it a point not to extend this past my crease, which is the eye socket area, and I'm just gonna take my finger and lightly tap it outward until I get the desired coverage that I want, which, like as I said earlier, don't extend it past your crease because it's just gonna make it a little bit, well, actually a lot harder to work with and a lot harder to blend once you put those shadows on top. So pretty much you want to keep it within that general area and make sure there aren't any harsh edges. For my brow bone highlight, I'm using Ricepaper by MAC. You are welcome to use any highlight of choice. This one kind of has a peachy tone, which will go a little bit better with the peacock colors that we're using, so I chose this. I'm using my MAC 252 brush to lightly just dab that on in my arch area, and then I'm blending it out. For my crease color, I'm using Saddle by MAC. You are also welcome to use basically any eyeshadow color that's about the same color as your skin tone. With my 224 brush, I'm just going back and forth in my crease area. Windshield wipers, and then buff. And this is basically going to be that transition color from our eyelid colors into our highlight colors, just so that nothing looks over blended. Using Sugarpill's Bulletproof eyeshadow, or basically any matte black. You can also use Carbon by MAC if you have that. I'm also using my MAC 217 brush or any blending dome brush of choice that you may have. I'm going to take that color, and this is going to be my outer V color. I'm also going to go in with my 224 brush around the edges of where I apply that and just buff it out, make sure it doesn't look too harsh. The next step is going to be to add that blue on the center of the lid. I'm using Sugarpill's Magpie pigment. Another great substitution for this would be any type of like dark navy blue glittery color, and a great color for that would be Freshwater by MAC eyeshadow. Or you can also use Deep Blue Green Pigment by MAC if you have that. So just basically any type of dark blue navy pigment that's like really, really glittery. With my 252 brush, I'm just packing that pigment on. Being careful not to do any sweeping motions. I'm just packing it on. And I'm kind of leaving room in the inner corner. Then I kind of like to flip my brush to really get it close to the lash line. Next, I'm using Sugarpill's Absinthe pigment, or basically any type of bright neon or almost lime green pigment or eyeshadow that you have. A great substitution for that would be Bitter by MAC, which looks like this, any type of lime green. Even though this is matte, I'm using a small pencil brush and I'm applying this on the innermost corner of my eye. And I'm also taking some of that color and flicking it into my lid. The next step is going to be to add that yellow you see in the innermost corner of my eye. I'm using Buttercupcake by Sugarpill, another great substitution, with Goldenrod eyeshadow by MAC. And this is Goldenrod, and this is Chrome Yellow. So basically any type of like bright yellow. By the way, to get this yellow eyeshadow, you don't have to purchase the whole palette. This is available by itself. So for those of you out there that just kind of want to play with a few colors at a time, all you have to do is just add that little tiny bit on the innermost corner. Now, since we're still on the Burning Heart palette, I'm going to use any type of bright orange, and this is Flamepoint by Sugarpill. If you don't have Flamepoint, you can always use Rule eyeshadow by MAC or Orange eyeshadow by MAC. And I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of this along my bottom lash line. Just a little flick of color down there. I'm going back with my 252 brush that I applied that pigment, and along my bottom lash line I'm adding some of that color just to kind of smoke it out down there. I'm using my favorite eye kohl, which is Feline by MAC. You are welcome to use any black eyeliner of choice, and I'm applying this in my waterline. The next step, which I'm not going to do on camera, but would be to add your liquid liner. I'm using a black liquid liner and mascara. I'm also going to be featuring lashes with this look, so stay tuned for the final look.